2K Sports and the PGA Tour proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
So it looks like they aim to beat Justin Thomas. Should add a bit of extra excitement to our coverage today, Henny.
Oh, that goes without saying, Luke, but Justin Thomas will not be easy to beat. I don't think there's a more competitive man out there on tour.
No, you're absolutely right there. He's a complete player. It'll certainly be interesting to keep an eye on this rivalry throughout the event. Well, take us through the approach shot. It's not easy to run the ball onto the green.
It's not. Your approach shot has to come in high and soft with a lot of spin, as there's just not much depth to this green. Not much movement either, fairly flat, although there is a ridge that bisects this green in two. You want to make sure that you're on the correct side of that ridge to have a good opportunity to make the putt.
That could play. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. It's just about 3 feet away.
This is their look at birdie.
Well, that's delightful. A birdie to get the round underway.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
Well, I'm sure she'll take that one.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. An opportunity to make their par. Oh, what a stroke. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Currently 1 under for the round. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be #1. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
chosen the pitching wedge here. That was a top effort, that one. So close to going down. Just a 4-footer remaining. Looking good. Well played. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
They're a long way from the hole here. Work to be done. It was on a good line. So with another hole behind us, let's take a look at the leaderboard. The first of the par 5s, Rich, the 4th hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side that shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Looks like they put a good swing on that one. That should find the short stuff. Justin Thomas, major champion, world #1 player, really has all the attributes, doesn't he, Rich?
He does. His focus on his own game is amazing. I think that this kid really understands how to play the game. He's got all the shots, but he doesn't try and get up there and hit it as hard as he can every single time. He gets out there and he learns how to play the game, hit the finesse shots when you need it, take some risks when you need to, but also back off when you don't need to. This kid is a real deal, complete game from head to toe.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
If it's up, it could be in. Ouch, that hurts. And this one is for her par. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. The 5th at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards, Ridge. Placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
And from about 105 yards.
This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
And this player seems to not be too intimidated having Justin Thomas in their group today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
You want to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard? Well, let's hold this putt. Not a bad line, this. A well hold, he'll take the birdie. And she'll move into the top 10 with that effort. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th, Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
Already with multiple victories this season. Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Well, this would be a good putt to make. You'd move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. Ooh. That's disappointing. A tie for 3rd spot on the leaderboard, up for grabs if he can hold this.
Better than most.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take her to 5 under. She's currently tied for 2nd.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Yeah, that one will play. Lining up from around 160 yards. Just a stroke behind the leader. And choosing the 8-iron here. This is beautiful to watch.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens and regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. And with that, she'll move to 6 under par. Here's a chance to get up and down from the greenside bunker. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Well, Rich, this won't come as a big surprise, will it? Because there's a lot of people talking about this player. They've been performing beautifully all season, and many think they can win this event.
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Oh, lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the 9th.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt.
Looking better.
That was a gallant attempt. Putting for a par now. He's got a chance. Tied at the top, Rich, with the back 9 here left today.
Yeah, exciting position, isn't it? You'd rather have the lead on your own, but listen, tie for the lead. Pretty good spot to be in. They're going to have to work to earn this victory.
Time for the second shot at the 10th. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
There it is. And with that, she'll move to 7 under par. Incredible. And with that hole done, this player currently is in first place, followed by Will Zalatoris. That should find the cut stuff. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Currently leading by 2. Well, this one's right at the pin. Oh, that's a great shot and a birdie opportunity coming up here at the 11th. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup. This for back-to-back birdies.
Okay, steady now. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And now we can take a look at how that wonderful play affects the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer is really starting to mimic front and back 9s.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th. No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Just 3 feet to the cup.
They're staring this down for eagle.
That's inside the range. Leading by a couple after that hole. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your second shot. And it's obvious you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Outstanding approach shot. What an opportunity to make a birdie. Tracking. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich.
And look out, guys. This rivalry looks like it's going to get pretty interesting today as he's making up some ground on his playing partner.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. And another of the uphill par 3s, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
opting for the 5-wood. That was never really a comfortable shot for them, was it?
Airmailed the green with that approach.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Lovely touch. Well played.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
This is a good opportunity for her to make a par. Still in the lead now after that hole. As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 155. And she put some muscle behind that. Wow.
Going with the 8-iron here. This one's going right at the pin here. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. And with that hole behind us, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Our current leader is up by 3 shots.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Well, that's right out of the top drawer. A great shot from our leader.
That drive was simply astonishing.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Looks like they're definitely going for it.
Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
And the birdie with big wings on the table here if they can make this one. It's tracking. Ooh, right by the hole. 5 feet coming up to the cup. Well, what an effort. And another shot to your lead. And that puts her in first place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
That one just slides by. She's a top quality player, this one. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
Birdied their last hole.
Now, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
This one's online. Oh, look who's getting on a roll now. That's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Sitting at 12 under par for the day. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right, or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. That should find the surface. Oh, size them up for the red cardigan that Arnold Palmer made famous. You are the Arnold Palmer Invitational Champion. Congratulations.
And what a week it was. A fantastic victory. Sensational victory on arguably one of the tour's hardest golf courses. Way to go. Great win.
And Rich, I think you mentioned earlier that this player was your favourite. Well picked.
Listen, it's not a hard pick, is it? This player has consistently been there all season long. There's no reason why not to pick them to win. They just make me look smart. That's about it.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time. UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very pleased to be covering this particular featured group because there's a fresh rivalry developing. I smell rivalry in the air. It's going to provide some great entertainment to both the spectators and us this week.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player's going for gold. They're trying to beat Xander Schauffele.
I wouldn't want to try and beat an Olympian. A gold medal winning Olympian with hair as good as Xander Schauffele and a swing as good as Xander Schauffele? No, no thank you. I'll leave this up to them.
Yes, I'm just looking through his list of weaknesses, and let me just list them off now. Yep, none. Good luck to you. Rich, what kind of mojo do you think this player's got after winning in their last start?
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
Choosing the 9-iron here. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
Wow. Well, how about the concentration to pull that shot off? The first of our birdie opportunities comes second, par 5.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
Well, I think they're attacking this one, taking it on in 2. I like their style.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Oh, it'd be nice to make this putt. This is for eagle. Get in the hole. Oh, that's frustrating. 4 feet to the cup. Nice stroke. And that's for birdie. Well holed. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that's incredible. He sold it. Oh, and up he goes, marching to the top of the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the par 3 third. Straight away mid-iron to short iron shot.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Looking at the caddy, a bit too much club there.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Can she make her par on this one? It was on a good line. A bogey putt awaits. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
That's outstanding. What a putt.
Oh, that's going to add a little fuel to the fire of this group rivalry, guys. Massive putt.
Well, the 4th is another great example that it doesn't need to be a long par 4 to be a testing one. This 4th can be menacing, can't it?
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. Three distinct sections to this green: the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure.
Yeah, that was great wind management there.
A 7-footer right here. Well, she should be proud of herself, bouncing back from the bogey with a birdie there. And with that, she'll move to 1 under par. Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole, this one, isn't it?
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
From around 170 yards here.
Wind's coming right into her face.
Going with the 7.
This one's right of the green.
That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
That's a wonderfully played chip shot there.
Judging it beautifully.
Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently 1 stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
And he's holed it. What a shot.
Well, I think that the player needs a little bit of a boost after that.
The tee shot at the par 4 6 has changed a lot now that that tree's been taken out of the way, Rich. But what do you think of this short par 4?
I missed the tree. I thought that was a really cool feature of this hole. You had to flight it underneath the tree back in the day to find the fairway. The bunker down the left-hand side has been expanded quite a bit as the lake on the left-hand side has been added as well. The front part of this green is protected by tall palm trees that will certainly make you think on your second shots. This is a wonderful little par 4.
Oh, almost went in. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
Looking to sink this to be even with Xander Schauffele.
This one's tracking.
Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade. And with that, she'll move to a couple under par. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. As we go from a wonderful little par 4, we go to a challenging, longer par 4, the 7th.
And as you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. If you find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
Well, out of the bunker and onto the green, but still a fair bit of effort to go here. Here's Xander Schauffele. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Chance to move inside the top 20 if he can hold this putt. Ouch, that hurts. A par putt awaits. Yeah, nicely holed. That's a good fight back.
It was off the tee with their tee shot. Nice save indeed.
The 8th hole, a long par 3 stretching 240 yards at its maximum. It's no sleeper, that's for sure.
I don't find anything sleepy about this hole. The front of this green is so narrow. There's no place to land it, especially when they put the flagstick there. This hole will grab your attention, as it should, because it's a long iron to a sliver of an opening. Even when they put the pin on the right-hand side, you want no part of it. The center of the green all day long here.
Oh, good look at a birdie here.
Now, with any luck, they can hold this and manage to leave Xander Schauffele behind, get some momentum here.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. And let's have one more look at that shot.
Yeah, let's see this again. Have this one on repeat.
We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry today.
Let's return to live play now. The final hole on the opening 9 at TPC Sawgrass Stadium course, Rich, is a clever 3-shotter.
Par 5, 583 yards from the back. Most players will play this as a 3-shotter. Just find the fairway out to the left, second shot out to the right, sets up a very simple 3rd shot to a very narrow green. Miss it right or left, good luck getting it up and down.
Not bad. It's been a good year. 3 wins so far this season. This one might just sneak off the fairway. And here we are with the 3rd shot. 3 shots off the lead. A chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under.
Can you hear those tweets? This is what they have left for birdie here.
Get excited. This could go in. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
As we make the turn, it's always good to reflect on what we've seen out there so far. Rich?
Yeah, they're playing well right now. They're inside the top 10, and they're looking to continue that move up the leaderboard.
That is absolutely spot on.
Second shot here on the 10th hole. Opting for the 9-iron. She won't be too disappointed with that. Certainly a couple of putts from there, and that'll be a good hole.
Outside chance for birdie here, Luke.
Now this is a challenging one. A lengthy putt awaits.
Starting to look really good.
Let's get back to it, shall we? And he's down there. You got a read?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Ooh. Well, it's a bit disappointing. If you can make this one, it's for par. John Rahm, your leader, as we head to the next hole. There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole. Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole. That dog will hunt.
The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in John Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think John Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the John Rahm era right now. That was a gallant attempt. This putt coming up is for birdie. The Spaniard, John Rahm, currently on top of the leaderboard here. The tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just the decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, the little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in John Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think John Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the John Rahm era right now. Oh, so close. And that should secure the par on this one. And this is a familiar sight. John Rahm leads this tournament. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13th.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
18 feet to the cup.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Okay, steady now. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. I like the look of this. And down she goes. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. There's a few birdie opportunities out of the gate here on the second 9 at TPC Sawgrass, but it really starts to toughen up down the stretch, starting here with a difficult par 4 14th.
Difficult tee shot on this, playing some 481 yards from the tip. You find the fairway and you've got a decent chance of finding the green with your second shot, but if you're out of position anywhere on this hole, your number will go up exponentially.
Playing from around 160 yards.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Getting ready to play their third. Ooh, that almost went down. 7 feet to the cup.
Trying to save par here.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Oh, you know you want to.
And after this hole, that's how it looks. And as we check in on the leaderboard, it's Jon Rahm on top. The par 4 15th again requires another strong tee shot because there's some trees in the way, Rich.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
Here's Xander Schauffele. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. And he's down there.
She's looking at maybe 155 or so, I'd say here. What a drive that was. F1, watch out.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Oh, that impressed me and her. Not afraid to go deep. This putt's for 6 under par.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Oh, just missed. Big putt for par coming up. And with that, now at 5 under with a few holes to play. She's in a share of 8th place. And as we head to the 16th tee, the famous par 5 reached the start of the gauntlet.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left, start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left, thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot. If not, it could come up and bite you.
Going with the 5-wood. Well, that's certainly showcasing all their talents there. That's impressive.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
A spot in the all-important top 5 coming up if you can hold this. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? A chance for a birdie if this goes down. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
So after that hole, this is what the leaderboard looks like. And it's Jon Rahm in the lead. All right, Rich, you've stood there, you've hit the shot. Take us through the par 3 17th.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
You're going to put your foot down. This is as good a time as any.
Wow, they really put on a show with that approach shot, and their rival, Xander Schauffele, appears to be taking notice as well.
Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. Well, what a lovely boost. Into the top 5 she goes. And now -7 for the round. Let's head to the finishing hole. This wonderful par 4 18th. Wonderful only if you're a spectator.
It's wonderful if you're not playing it for a lot of cash. It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole. Probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
Going with the 7.
Just needs a little bit more of a kick to the right.
That's a lovely shot here at the 18th and a chance for birdie at the last. There's been some sharp shooting today. Let's make sure you make this putt for a 64. This one has eyes for the hole. Ooh, right by the hole. Par putt coming up here. And that wraps up proceedings in this one. Sadly, no back-to-back victories here for this player, Rich, but you'd have to be impressed with their performance overall.
Luke, this player did everything to seal back-to-back wins on the PGA Tour. Unfortunately, coming up just a touch short. Still 2 awesome weeks.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of two players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
Oh, I mean, beating Colin Morikawa, it's a tall order, he does everything right. He is the poster boy of tour, not just for his excellent looks, but the way that he stripes that golf ball, the way he holds his putts. Short game is unbeatable. It's a really tall order.
I think he's got a golden eye too. 007, watch out. Colin Morikawa's coming for you. And here we are with the third shot. Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Just 6 feet between her and the hole.
She's got a great look at birdie here.
So far, so good.
That one raced by. Bit of work coming back. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Nicely holed. And for par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
From about 100 yards. Wow, what a shot.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
And that will drop in for a birdie. Currently 1 under for the day. The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 155.
This one could take a little bounce to the left. She's managed to find the green on this approach.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. Well, that shows the hands of a surgeon, doesn't it?
My surgeon's hands were a little shaky. That's why I have the scar.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Just didn't drop. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
Yep, tracking nicely.
Currently 1 under for the event. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Opting for the 5-iron. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts. And this putt to move into the top 10.
This really looks good.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Even for the day. Wonderful shot.
Ah, nicely done. Great chip.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
Oh, well played. Getting ready to play their third. Only a few shots off the pace. Going with the 8-iron here. Oh, this has been a ball striking clinic. Another green in regulation.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic. Putt is underway.
That will work. On a roll here with back-to-back birdies. And that will take her to 3 under. She's currently tied for 6th. The 6th hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
Oh, this one looks to be heading down the runway.
Luke, that did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Oh, I didn't see this as possible. What a shot.
It's fair to say that wasn't their best shot.
Distance control nearly impossible coming out of this rough.
How close was that to going down? She's got this to save par here. This one's looking good. It was on a good line. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's 1 stroke behind his rival in this event.
That is hunting for the hole. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Colin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his ball striking and because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter. But when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Colin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now. Surely more in his future.
Make this, and you'll move into a tie for 3rd place. This is buckets. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
Well, that's well played into birdie range here at the 8th. And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd place. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee, a par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Wow, that's an incredible drive.
Time to take their approach shot into the 9th. Choosing the 9-iron here. That's just inside the range. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Oh, what a big putt to make that one.
Before this putt was hit, they looked their playing partner in the eye and gave a signal. That was mean, but fair.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Surely it's going to.
Ouch, that hurts. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. That gets the job done. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. The back 9 at Innisbrook's Copperhead course begins with a par 4.
Straight down the hill these tee shots go. That bunker down the left-hand side should see a fair bit of action. You leave it out to the right-hand side, there's some trees that are overhanging will block out your second shot. This green tilts pretty good from back to front.
And this shot from about 150 yards out. Just 2 shots behind. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's sitting there just in 3rd place.
Five feet coming up to the cup.
Little birdie look in here.
I don't mind the look of this. And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day. And with that, she'll move to 5 under par. Justin Thomas is our current leader. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway, and you can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in two, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
Handy effort, that one. 3 wins already this season. Lovely effort, that. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Only 2 shots off the pace. That's a good-looking shot there. And this putt to move them into a tie for 2nd. Hey, nice-looking line. Oh, that's a ripper.
I like it. 2 in a row.
Justin Thomas is atop the leaderboard. He's got a 1-shot buffer. Now, birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee. A short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. 2nd shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
Nicely done. This shot is about 140 yards out. Just 1 stroke back and right in it. Opting for the 9-iron. Oh, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. Good shot there. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
She's looking at just over 12 foot here.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
And that's 8 birdies today, and that will move her to 7 under. Now checking in on the standings, they're currently tied for 1st place with Justin Thomas.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Going with the hybrid.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? That's a touch of class. Terrific little chip.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
She finds herself in a share of the lead. The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The 3rd shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. If you find the fairway with your 2nd shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your 3rd in there close.
This looks to be heading for the cut stuff.
All guns blazing here. They've got full attack mode on.
Getting ready to play their third. Currently tied for the lead. That's a high quality recovery shot.
Such soft hands.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Big time play, that one, at the right time too.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
Going with the 5-iron here. That approach didn't seem to fit their eye.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
Looking really good. Oh, terrific. What an effort.
All right, folks, get ready. This should be fun.
And after that hole, this player is currently tied in first alongside Cameron Champ.
And Luke, this rivalry we've been talking about is really looking like it will be down to the wire. Can't wait to see who comes out on top at the end of the event.
Nicely done.
Sitting at 8 under. Currently tied for top spot. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Well, she should be happy with that. Anywhere on the green was a good shot. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This is a 12-footer here. Can you hear those tweets? This is what they have left for birdie here.
This is a good chance. That was a top-level approach shot, but unfortunately they walk off the green with a par. Didn't quite get the approach close enough, so a long putt in front of them. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot. Plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow.
Opting for the 5-wood. Oh, what a shot. You'll take that. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
Okay, let's head to the next. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Oh, so close. And how did that great shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway. Oh, what a wonderful play, leading with intent.
Man, people usually don't go that far on vacation. What a drive.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Yeah, nice looking shot there.
Heck of a shot, setting up almost a guaranteed birdie.
Just a short putt remaining. And as that putt drops to the bottom, Rich, they are now the Valspar champion. What a performance.
Yeah, what a performance, what a win. I mean, just, this player was just amazing all week long.
And I got to give props to my boy in the booth, Rich Beam. I think you picked this one at the start of the week, didn't you?
Luke, it wasn't a difficult pick, let's be honest. This player has been consistent all season long. Getting the victory, no surprise whatsoever. Really good stuff.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Valero Texas Open. Today's coverage is about to kick off. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yes, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. That's some good golf right there. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
This is, oh yeah.
That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. Currently 1 under for the round. Let's head across to the second, which is a par 5, but a long one, stretching over 600 yards.
Straight away for the most part, but there's a lot of danger both right and left here. The fairway bunkers down the left-hand side shouldn't really cause an issue. However, the second shots, the layup zone, there is a deep bunker on the right-hand side that could be brought into play. The third shot is to a green perched well above the fairway, and it's actually a double green. This green is also part of the 7th green.
This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. Now, the Valero Texas Open is such a hugely popular and famous event in this great state of Texas. I know as a proud Texan, Beamer, this was one you wanted to win at some stage in your life. You get the cowboy boots for winning here, but TPC San Antonio, it really sorts out the players, doesn't it?
It does that and possibly more, Luke. I have to say that coming to this tournament, since its inception here at TPC San Antonio, I was a little dumbfounded on exactly how to play it because there was danger everywhere. It's just one of these golf courses where it's relentless, where you just don't feel like you stand on any particular shot and feel like it's easy. Like you can breathe easily and go ahead and let it go. Maybe on 1 or 2 holes, but that's about it. There is danger seemingly everywhere, especially off the tee around this golf course. Most notably, the 9th hole, where one player hit his first shot to the right, and then it stayed right, and then stayed right, and then all added up to a 16. So there you go. I think that's the highest score ever recorded at a PGA Tour event as well, a 16. Where? At TPC San Antonio.
Oh, that is simply brilliant. What a shot.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
Rich, let's head to the par 3 third, the first of our shorter holes.
You really hope that the wind is not blowing into your face on this tee shot and making it that much more difficult and longer. This green's perched up high. There's runoffs all around the left-hand side and the back portion of it, and obviously you want no part of coming up short. Players that find this green will find it difficult to two-putt as there's lots of humps and bumps and swales in it.
That's tiny. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
That's frustrating. Putting for par. She's currently tied for 10th. The fourth is one of the stronger par fours at TPC San Antonio, stretching 485 yards.
This is a very narrow driving area, especially where that fairway bunker comes into play down the left-hand side. Second shot is to a green that runs from right to left with a deep bunker down the left-hand side. Anything missed out to the right is no bargain either, as there is a runoff area out to the right-hand side. This is a difficult par 4.
Well struck. Taking aim from about 180 yards here. 2 strokes off the lead. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
Here's Brooke Henderson's next shot. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Okay, let's get back to the action. And here we are with the third shot. Just a couple back from our leader. Oh, I thought that one was going in. That hole's done. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Well, TPC San Antonio gives you a few chances to get after the golf course, Rich, and right here at the 5th, there's a decision to be made off the tee.
This is an excellent opportunity to be brave, knock it on with the driver. If you lay back with an iron, a very straightforward pitch, but I just don't see the players wanting to lay up.
Oh, well done. Rich, Canadian golf has had a number of people to be able to hang their hat on over the years. Obviously, most recent on the men's side, Mike Weir is a major winner. But the impact that Brooke Henderson has had on the game seems to have been even more significant.
It has been, and she doesn't carry the mantle just for women's golf in Canada. She carries the mantle for Canadian golf in general. She's such an amazing, delightful young lady to be around. Her personality is infectious. She's just a good soul. And she carries that around to the golf course. I mean, 2-time major winner. But what I'm impressed about most with her game, Luke, is the fact that, you know, she is such a long hitter in the game. You don't quite see too many women in the game right now that they don't talk about hitting it long like we do in the men's game. But make no bones about it, she hits it a long way out there. That gives her a massive advantage over some of the other players. And that's why she is such a prolific winner on the LPGA.
Time to see what this par 4 has in store.
Players must find the fairway, avoiding that bunker down the right-hand side. But from there, second shot is up the hill to a green that runs away from the players ever so slightly, but still going in with a short iron into this par 4. A birdie is definitely makeable.
That was wonderfully done. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
This one, well, she's looking at about 105 yards.
A tidy looking shot, that one.
Luke, do not buy any lottery tickets tonight. You're absolutely wrong where that golf shot ended up.
Didn't that look good for a long time? That was pretty straightforward. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. The par 3 7th, Rich, has this big cavernous bunker that sits right in the front center of the green.
And it's a triple tier green as well, Luke. It shares it with the third hole. Anything missed out to the right will be fine, although you'll be in a low area that will be difficult to get it super close. But yes, you must avoid the bunker on the left-hand side. It is cavernous, as you say.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
Okay, time to return to the action. This line doesn't look too tough, just in the first cut, right by the green. That silky touch from around the greens. A lovely shot to chip in. And that'll promote a good move up the standings. Currently at -4 for the round. And after a birdie at the last, he'll take the honour on the hole. She'll have to find a way to bounce back from that one. Setting up in the first cut. Wonderfully played. The par 5 8th, Rich, 615 yards. Not really a two-shotter.
This is definitely a three-shotter for almost every player in the field unless it plays downwind. You must avoid the bunker down the right-hand side off the tee. There is no hope of getting it home in 3 if you drive it in there. Third shot for most of these players is going to be to a green that is long and narrow, surrounded by deep bunkers both right and left. Par on this hole is certainly possible, but bogeys might happen if you're not careful.
Ooh, that almost went down. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
This is important. Big par putt here.
And there it is. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that hole, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. The closing hole on this front 9 at TPC San Antonio is a strong par 4. Tee shot is looking good here. Sitting at -4. Currently tied for 4th place. Looks to be going with the 6-iron.
This needs just a little work to the left-hand side.
Oh, that's handy. She should be delighted with that. And a chance to move into a tie for second here. Well, the old hammer hands putt. This is a par putt. That's tracking. Good putt, that. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. As players make the turn, they find themselves on the tee at the 10th.
Generous driving area on this downhill par 4 that doglegs slightly from left to right. Second shot will be back up the hill to a green that's well protected by 3 bunkers. This is a good birdie opportunity if you find the fairway.
That's nicely done. How much did the win last week give them the confidence to perhaps pull it off again here and go back-to-back?
A massive win last week, looking to double up again this week. I gotta say, they're building off all the good things they did last week. A win could definitely happen.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Needs this one to kick right. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it. And this putt will take them to 5 under.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Oh yeah, this is tracking nicely.
Well done. Take the birdie. And that will take her to 5 under. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Another birdie opportunity lies at the par 4 11th, but players must navigate the fairway bunkers.
Tee shots must be placed on the left-hand side to get the best view and angle for their second shots, as this green sits below the player and moves from left to right. Tee shots down the right might be closer, but it's going to leave a second shot over a deep bunker and making it that much more difficult to get close.
Quality shot, that one. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Yeah, she's got roughly 115, I'd say.
Choosing the 9-iron here. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th.
Gotta like their chances from there.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
This is on a great line.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will take her to 6 under. She's in a share of 2nd place.
Well, now things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Second shot here on the 12th.
Yeah, the wind's really starting to blow, but that didn't faze them.
Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
These are on rails, looking good.
And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. 13's a long par 3, measuring 245 yards, Rich, but it is playing downhill.
Downhill to a sliver of a green, however. Anything missed out to the right will leave a very challenging pitch shot to a green that'll sit well above them. You come up short, and those bunkers, yeah, that's no bargain either. A 3 here, well, you done good.
Got to admire that talent. Just green after green in regulation. Sitting at 2 over for the day. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
This putt is for the lead.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
And down it goes. And that's going to hoist her into first place. Leading by a shot after that hole. What do you think of the 14th, Rich? A par 5, 575 yards.
This is a really good par 5 here, Luke. Tee shot wants to favor the right-hand side of the fairway, if at all possible, shortening the hole some 20 yards. Second shot must avoid those fairway bunkers down the right and on the left-hand side. A narrow opening to this green should players go for it in 2.
That's not her best. This lie's not great. She played that nicely. Getting ready to play their third.
Back into the wind. They need to flight this one down.
Opting for the 9-iron. Setting up miles from the hole. Oh, just missed. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. She's got a par putt here. Let's see if she can make it. Good looking putt. Okay, steady now. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. As we start heading for home, Rich, we find ourselves on the tee at the 15th.
Could be the hardest hole on the golf course, Luke. Tee shot must avoid that bunker down the right-hand side. Second shot is to a green that's perched above the fairway and surrounded by 4 bunkers that are mean. This hole could make or break a player's day.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
Oh, good shot that, right inside the range. Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
Looks good.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one.
Just a very narrow margin of a lead out there. Let's see if they can calm their nerves and get this done.
2 over for the day. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Wow, very aggressive play on this approach, putting some pressure on their rival Brooke Henderson.
Oh dear. Can she get out of this one?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the sand.
This one's for birdie. Good stroke. That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
As we get down the stretch here at TPC San Antonio, there's a number of options that can be taken. This 17th's a fascinating hole.
Luke, if it's playing downwind, a driver is a must. If it's back into the wind, take out the iron for safety.
Well, this should find the short grass. Sitting at 9 under par, currently in the lead. And here we are with the third shot. Currently leading by 2. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? That's a well-played chip shot there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Well, while the closing hole at TPC San Antonio can be reached in 2, Rich, it's all set up by the tee shot.
Tee shot must find the fairway. If not, you have water hazards left and bunkers right that will gobble up that second shot if you're slightly out of position.
Sitting at 9 under. Currently in top spot. Getting ready to play their third. Currently leading by 2. A chance to chip in here and snatch the title. When you're good enough to tame TPC San Antonio, you deserve to don the cowboy boots and big champion's hat. Congratulations to our Valero Texas Open winner.
Time to take those out and do a little two-step and on to the next tournament. Luke, what a win here in Texas.
And Rich, credit where credit's due. I think you picked this victory.
Well, even a blind squirrel gets an acorn every once in a while. No, listen, this player's been there all season long. They're just one of these rare players that is seemingly in contention every time they peg it up.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now.